Just what you need. Another YouTube channel about travel and retirement. And it's not even happening yet. You don't need to see my ugly face. I'm going to show you some video of my visits to Colombia. I have visited Thailand, the Philippines, Mexico, Costa Rica, Vietnam, and Cambodia. But for the past year, I've been exploring Colombia, particularly the city of Medellin. This is a walk through the neighborhood of Laureles. I am excited about my retirement, and I have plans to travel to different countries and stay 2 to 4 months at a time and share my experiences with you in future videos. Each year, I plan to travel about 10 months out of the year. I'm still working right now, but I'm able to take vacations to explore some of the countries that I'm interested in. I'm focused on low-cost countries where you could live on a modest budget. I'm not on a tight budget, and so I won't try to be as cheap as possible. Retirement for me is a time to enjoy life to the fullest. But when I retire, I will try to show some options for cheaper traveling and share my experiences with you. For now, I'm going to focus on planning for retirement and your adventures abroad. Making money from this channel is not part of my retirement plans. Learning how to put together and edit videos is something I want to learn, so viewers will slowly see progress in the videos in the years to come. I don't plan to spend much money to put together these videos, just relying on free stuff. But if I ever get to the point where I earn money from this channel, I will put that money to good use into equipment and better software for editing my videos. Let me tell you a few things about myself, and I hope you will join me as I explore being a retired nomad next year. I am an American. I am 59 years old, and I hope to retire next year when I am 60. I have worked for a while as a professional, so my finances are in good shape. When I retire, I will have a pension, Social Security, at 65 or 67, and a good amount of savings. It is not money that's keeping me from retiring right now. It is my kids. I am divorced and just waiting for that last kid to go to college. Yes, I know that some would say you should wait for the kids to finish college, but for me, that's a little too long. Life is short. I need to get going while I'm healthy and have enough money. I would be able to get more money if I waited until I was 62 or 65 to retire, but those are years that you will never get back. The early years in your retirement are worth more than the later years because you are in better health and can do more. I have never heard people say, gee, I wished I had worked more years, but I've always heard people say, gee, I wish I had retired earlier. There are a lot of great cities in Colombia to visit, but I've been visiting Medellin. In Medellin, there are basically two neighborhoods where most of the gringos like to stay, Poblado and Laureles. As you can see, there are areas in Laureles where it's quiet and there's a lot of trees, and it's a nice place to walk around. And then there are also like a night scene area where there are bars and restaurants and nightclubs. I only started going to Colombia last year, and now I've been there about 4 times. So far, I like it. There's a lot of potential in Colombia. Now, I've also traveled to a number of different places like Thailand, the Philippines, New Zealand, Mexico, Costa Rica, Vietnam, Cambodia. So I'm just going to compare prices to the way you would live in America, and I'm not going to compare it to Thailand or the Philippines or other countries. Relatively speaking, to America, Colombia is much more reasonably priced. You can find reasonably priced housing, food, and you can survive on a much lower budget. This will not be a video on living in Colombia because Colombia will be one of the many countries that I plan on visiting during my retirement. The biggest thing is that when you are retired and you have some money, but not a lot of money, your money just goes a long way when you travel to lower cost countries. For me, the bigger thing is that you just have a lot more fun when you travel. You meet more people, there are more things to do, and things just are different, and it makes it more interesting. And this is what you want to do when you retire. Loneliness is a big issue among older people in America. When you travel, there are just more people willing to talk to you, and it is fun to interact with people from different countries and learn about their cultures. Now, this plan I have could go disastrously wrong, so it will be interesting to see, at least for me, how it actually turns out. I hope to show you the good and the bad in each country where I am staying, and then you can get a sense of which country might be best for you. At some point in my life, I might decide that one particular country is much better for me, and I may stay there longer. But at least for the first few years, I do plan on moving around quite a bit. This will cost more from a budget point of view, but I think it makes life much more exciting and fun. Let's take a look at a supermarket in Medellin. As you can see, it's clean, it's big, it's got a large selection, and the prices are reasonable. You can find almost everything that you would want and would expect in a Western supermarket. There is a big chain in Medellin called Éxodo, and they have a number of branches throughout Medellin, particularly in Poblado and Laureles. So when I come here, I always stock up at the supermarkets for my snacks and drinks, and a refrigerator is very important when I'm looking for a place to stay. There are also a lot of Airbnbs with kitchens where you have a stove, a microwave, an oven, so you could cook for yourself if you wanted to. That is something I look for when I am looking for a place to stay. Thank you for watching my first video ever on YouTube. I will get better over time. It can't be any worse. The real fun begins when I am actually retired and I'm staying in different places for 2 to 3 months at a time, and I'll share my budget, where I'm staying, where I eat, laundry, and just things you need for everyday living, and how I handle things back home, my finances, everything you need to know about trying to do long-term travel when you retire on both a tight budget and a moderate budget. So don't give up on me yet. Just watch me improve over time.